In a pivotal moment for the Green Bay Packers' future, the front office has been busy locking in their young talent, particularly at the wide receiver position. Just last week, the team secured a 4-year extension with the promising Christian Watson, following the earlier extension of Jayden Reed. This commitment to their youth is not just about maintaining a competitive edge. It's about building a sustainable model that ensures long-term success. But with Watson now signed, who's next on the extension list? Fans, let us know where you're watching from and share your thoughts on these upcoming negotiations. As we dive deeper, it's important to spotlight Tucker Kraft, a player entering the crucial final year of his deal. Currently, he's the only tight end on the roster with a contract extending beyond 2026, aside from undrafted rookie R.J. Maryland. Kraft's potential is undeniable. He's a rising star whose ACL injury might complicate negotiations but shouldn't deter them. With a cap hit of just under $4 million due to the proven performance escalator, now is the time for the Packers to lock him in before his value skyrockets. But Kraft isn't the only player facing the extension conversation. Devonte Wyatt's situation is a bit more complex. At 28, he's already considered a seasoned prospect, and unfortunately, injuries have kept him from being a full-time player. While he has shown flashes of potential, concerns linger about his run defense, which could make negotiation tricky. Still, considering the lack of depth on the defensive line, extending Wyatt makes strategic sense to mitigate the impact of his hefty 5th-year option hitting the cap all at once in 2026. A well-structured midterm extension could free up some much-needed space. Then we have the intriguing case of safety Xavier McKinney. Typically, the Packers are hesitant to extend non-quarterbacks with ample time left on their contracts, but McKinney's situation is unique. The adjustment to his contract to create cap room has caused his hit to balloon from nearly $10 million in 2026 to nearly $25 million in 2027. That's a significant stress point for the salary cap. With McKinney only 26 and having been an All-Pro in his first 2 seasons, the Packers may need to consider a new deal sooner rather than later. The safety market isn't overly restrictive, making an extension feasible that could benefit both parties. And let's not forget Lucas Van Ness, who also has 2 years left on his deal after the Packers exercise his 5th-year option for 2027. While his performance has been average and he hasn't seen substantial playing time, maintaining flexibility with his contract is crucial. If Van Ness can elevate his game while Micah Parsons is sidelined, a mid-season extension might just be on the table to avoid higher costs down the road. Locking in a deal before 2027 would allow the Packers to spread out the cap hit of his guaranteed 5th-year option, creating a more team-friendly financial structure. As we explore these potential extensions, it's clear that the Packers are at a crossroads. They need to balance the urgency of securing their core talent with the realities of the salary cap. With so many critical negotiations on the horizon, how will Green Bay navigate this complex landscape? The decisions they make now will shape the team's trajectory for years to come. Now, let's transition to our next topic, where we'll delve into another key aspect of the Packers' strategy moving forward. In a surprising turn, the Green Bay Packers have made a bold move by extending Christian Watson's contract to a staggering $110.5 million. This decision has raised eyebrows across the league, leading many to question whether such an investment is justified. But let's dig deeper. This isn't just about the dollar signs. It's about potential and the future of the Packers' offense. What's crucial to understand here is that this contract isn't merely a reward for Watson's past performances. It's a calculated gamble on what he can bring to the table moving forward. Team reporter Mike Spofford has pointed out that Watson's value transcends mere statistics. He's not getting paid for what he's done. He's getting paid for what the Packers expect him to do, Spofford noted. This is a pivotal insight. The Packers are banking on Watson's ability to stretch the field and open up the offense, something that doesn't always show up in the box score, but is vital for success. The reality is that defenses react differently when Watson is on the field. His presence alone can shift the dynamics of a game, creating opportunities for other playmakers. Spofford also highlighted that the only reason Watson didn't hit the $30 million average per year mark was due to his injury history. Yes, there is inherent risk in every high-profile contract, especially in a sport as physically demanding as football. But consider this. The Packers have locked up a receiving trio of Watson, Jayden Reed, and Matthew Golden for the next 3 to 4 years. That foundation could be the bedrock of a revitalized offense moving forward. Let's take a closer look at Watson's numbers. Over his 4 seasons with the Packers, he's amassed 133 receptions for 2,264 yards and a commendable 20 touchdowns. His breakout rookie year saw him set career highs across the board, with 41 catches for 611 yards and 7 touchdowns. In 2025, he added another 35 receptions for the same yardage and 6 touchdowns. However, it's critical to acknowledge the shadow that injuries have cast on his career. Watson has yet to play more than 15 games in a season, and he has had 2 campaigns where he participated in 10 games or fewer. The 2025 season was particularly rough, as he battled recovery from a torn ACL. Despite this injury history, the Packers are resolute in their belief that Watson can be a game-changer for their offense. Spofford's analysis aligns with this optimism. As the team looks to finally break through the playoff ceiling in 2026, the chemistry between quarterback Jordan Love and Watson could be the key to achieving that goal. If Love can consistently connect with Watson downfield, it's not just wishful thinking. It's a legitimate path to success. The stakes are high, and the implications of this contract will resonate throughout the organization for years to come. The front office is clearly placing their faith in Watson's ability to deliver, and it will be fascinating to see how this investment pays off. For fans, the real question now is whether Watson can rise to the occasion and fulfill the expectations that come with such a significant contract. As we move forward, stay tuned for the next segment, where we'll dive into the latest player rumors and what they could mean for the Packers' future.
In a stunning move that has sent shockwaves throughout the NFC North, the Green Bay Packers have placed a significant bet on wide receiver Christian Watson, extending his contract for 4 years at a staggering $110.5 million. The extension, inked on June 4th, comes with an impressive $31 million signing bonus, practically guaranteeing him a hefty payday right from the start. With an average annual value of $27.6 million, Watson now ranks among the top 15 highest-paid wide receivers in the league, just shy of the elite $30 million tier that boasts names like Tyreek Hill and Brandon Ayuk. This is a bold strategy from a franchise historically known for its cautious approach, especially concerning player health. As we dive deeper into this decision, it's hard not to scrutinize the rationale behind this contract. Watson, who has only suited up for 10 of the 17 regular season games in 2025, is still working his way back from a torn ACL that sidelined him in the latter part of the 2024 season. He's battled a host of other injuries throughout his career, raising serious questions about his durability. In those 10 games last season, he managed to catch 35 passes for 611 yards and 6 touchdowns, a performance marked by flashes of brilliance intertwined with frustrating stretches on the sidelines. This ongoing injury concern was already a significant talking point among fans and analysts alike before the extension discussions even began, yet the Packers went ahead and made this substantial financial commitment. Adding to the intrigue, the Packers allowed another promising receiver, Romeo Doubs, to walk away to New England, signing a 4-year deal worth $68 million, which could rise to $80 million with incentives. That's a considerable loss for Green Bay, especially considering Doubs was productive and, more importantly, available. The Packers opted to invest nearly $28 million annually in a player with a longer injury history, raising eyebrows across the fan base and among analysts who pride themselves on value-based contracts. This decision is set against a backdrop of aggressive spending on the receiver position this offseason, with Jayden Reed also securing a 3-year extension worth $50.25 million, carrying $20 million guaranteed. The Packers have committed to a receiver room like few others in franchise history. This is a significant gamble, especially considering the team is currently around $25 million under the salary cap. It seems they are prioritizing bolstering the receiving core around Jordan Love, but one can't help but wonder if they've put too many eggs in one basket. The stakes are high, particularly for a player who has yet to complete a full season without injury. Looking at the financial implications, Watson's $31 million signing bonus is prorated over 5 years, leading to an annual cap hit of about $6.2 million. While this might create some short-term breathing room, it inevitably pushes financial burdens into future seasons. The Packers could still create additional cap space through player restructures, but each maneuver only goes further in limiting future flexibility. Every dollar committed to Watson is a dollar that could affect roster decisions down the line, particularly as other key free agents face contract renewals. If Watson's injury woes continue, the Packers may find themselves in a precarious position, relying on a thinner receiving core to support Love. While Watson has posted decent career numbers, 133 receptions, 2,264 yards, and 20 touchdowns over 4 seasons, averaging 17.0 yards per catch, those figures don't quite match the elite production of top-tier receivers. Names like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and CeeDee Lamb come with more than just potential. They bring proven performance and availability. Coaches rave about Watson's deep threat capability and blocking skills, and the highlight reel is certainly enticing. But the raw statistics reveal a player still finding his footing. As we consider the implications of this contract, we must reflect on the broader landscape of the NFL. With nearly 10 receivers now earning $30 million or more annually, this figure seems to be establishing itself as a baseline rather than a ceiling for elite talent. The Packers' decision to invest heavily in Watson, despite his injury history, raises eyebrows. It signals a shift in how teams are willing to pay for potential, even when the track record is shaky. The fan reaction has been mixed, with many labeling the extension malpractice and expressing deep skepticism toward general manager Brian Gutekunst. Such a term carries significant weight, suggesting not just disagreement, but a sense of negligence in the decision-making process. The frustration runs deeper than just this one contract. Fans are grappling with the loss of due to a more reasonable deal and the overall ballooning budget for the receiving core. If Watson can stay healthy and deliver on his potential, Gutekunst may be hailed as a visionary. But if injuries plague him again, the narrative will shift dramatically and the calls for accountability will grow louder. As the offseason progresses, keep a close eye on how other teams perceive Green Bay's gamble. Will they view it as a blueprint for investing in oft-injured talent, or will it serve as a cautionary tale? Watson himself is optimistic about his health heading into the season, a confidence that does little to ease the anxiety for Packers fans. The franchise that once prided itself on letting star receivers walk rather than overcommitting just placed a monumental bet on a 27-year-old who has never finished a full season healthy. So, as we gear up for the upcoming season, the question lingers: did Gutekunst just secure a future star, or did he hand out a contract that could haunt the Packers' salary cap for years to come? I want to hear from you, Packers fans. Where are you watching from? And what are your thoughts on this bold move? Drop your verdict in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Make sure to subscribe for all the latest news and rumors surrounding our beloved Green Bay Packers.